Okay, I've been trying to do videos for like the 50,000th time through this one, but I'm hoping because I have this brand new beautiful little camera and it just keeps like doing whatever. So I'm hoping. Again, I'll be switching out my cards. These I'll probably keep for a while because they're brand new. So this is going to be for the 1st to the 7th because the last video did not upload, and I've really been trying to get you guys the 1st through the 7th. Right now it's Friday, December 27th, so hope you all are having a wonderful Friday. So the first card is going to be what to expect in the beginning, what to expect in the middle, and what is the ending of January 1st through the 7th. And then I'll do the extended, like I said, over on Vimeo. Again, I do have Cash App, PayPal, QuickBooks, and Square. I'll give the links below to those today in the description box for your free readings. I also am a Reiki Master practitioner. I'm still waiting on the last course to do that. And then I'm starting college to do angel intuitive readings and be an angel guide. You know, the vessel. I'll be the vessel for them. They'll be giving me the messages so I can give you the messages so I can help those that would like to speak to their angels or their spirits and whatnot. And then once I finish that course, I'll be going towards another one. Because there's this amazing spiritual college that I found, and it's actually found me, but. And then I'll be doing some psychic development classes over at the Learning Light Foundation. So you can expect those as well. And then I do readings at the Learning Light Foundation on Mondays. When those start up again, I'll be continuously doing Monday nights for that. So if you're in the area and you would like a reading, you can go and purchase one at the Learning Light Foundation, and you can get a reading from me there. So I will give out some healing energy as well. So sending you, I'm gonna do the incense here and a little bit of sage. I'll do an oracle, a short oracle for you guys. And then, like I said, I'll do the rest of the reading over on Vimeo. Wow, I got the lovers and it was the star card right off the bat on there underneath. I have the hardest time with these ones for them to shuffle the way that, and we normally do have to do them backwards. And I'll do one more. Move these to the side. Okay, beautiful people. What can we give all the collective? Okay, like I said, if it doesn't flip, I don't get it. So we have the beginning, we have the 8 of boulders. We have 4 of broomsticks and 6 of boulders. So after this, I'm going to write all this down as well. I'm going to light some incense.
This is the good part about being in a small town. Suppose someone around. I want to help again.
So I am on Live Me as Empress Nikki, or sorry, Empress Moon Goddess. So you can catch me on there as well. I do readings for the collective over there and Twin Flames and all that, or you can just watch me here. Let's see. Let me see if I can give you guys the info real quick. So I'm gonna write all this down. This is my tarot reading notebook, so I can write down the messages for the day. My husband's making me one, a folder up. He's almost done with it, so figure out if I can get some more paper for it to fill it up, so I can just go through it and read you guys. So I'm on YouTube. As you guys know here, I'm on Live Me as Empress Moon Goddess. I did write all this down, and somehow I don't have it again. Let me see. This is my quick notes. And we'll be getting my inserts for my planners so I can schedule, because I can't stand it when I'm not organized. So let me see. And I do have my sage. I'm just gonna light that as well. Just give me a minute. I'll let the incense go. So I have my one. Let me see this. Thing tells me once again. I've been trying to tell everybody every single time I do reading, so you guys know. But I think it's my other one. And I need to turn on some music for you guys anyway. Here we go. I need to write it down on my small one. So for YouTube is here. Snapchat is Tarot by Nikki 2019. I still need to set up my UPic, but I will be getting that done today. Vimeo is Empress Moon Goddess. That'll be where you can find the extensions, extended readings to purchase. And then if you would like to donate to my channel, that'd be amazing. That way I can get more cards for you guys, because I would like to do twin flame cards and more angel, intuitive, like mediumship type of readings as well. So you can get like maybe some messages from your lost loved ones, because that's what I'm working towards for college. Twitter is Tarot by Nikki, and then Instagram is Empress Moon Goddess. Live me, like I said, is Empress Moon Goddess. And then I need to give you guys my WhatsApp business, because I have that. I'm going to do a line, a WeChat, Kick, and I have Tumblr. I have Reddit. So I'll give you all those as well. I'll put them down in the description box when I'm done. So like I said, so far we have the 8 of boulders, we have the 4 of broomsticks, and we have the 6 of boulders. So we have a lot of earth so far. And like I said, with earth, it's stability, it's grounding, it's material abundance, and money. So, and that is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And the direction is north, and that is also pentacles. And then you have the broomsticks, which is air, which is all about your intellect, your critical thinking, and your mind, and that is east and swords, and that is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So let's read what those three have to say. I have spreads that I'll be starting to in January. I'm going to get my, like I said, my planner is going, and then I'll write down which, once I know my schedule for college, I'll get down my, I'll write down my schedule, and then I'll give you guys each week. I'm going to do a weekly spread instead, and then I'll do for each sign. Like I said, after Christmas, it's been kind of crazy, so I want to kind of get into my groove here. So, 8 of Boulders is on a bright afternoon, two, which is one in green, the other in red, work together to decorate a boulder with magical symbolism. Says the red hat shows passion, the green hat growth. Because I don't know if people know too. I'll look those up as well, but and then I'll keep those in my tarot book as well, because each candle means something specific. The color and there's different meanings to the candle, but then also the colors themselves just in general mean things. Like green, everybody assumes just money, or but it's also nature, it's also growth, and there's just other meanings to it as well. So says the boulder is the strong starting point of a creative venture. The sunny afternoon represents brilliance and optimism. Says these witches have come together to make something magical happen. They combine their passion and their desire for professional, creative, or academic growth. As they discuss options and possibilities, a grand scheme unfolds. They know they have somewhere good to start. All they need to do is embellish and finesse, and they'll soon have something amazing. When two great minds get together, there's no telling where they'll end up. You go, girls. So I'm going to pause this really quick and write that down, but I need to write that down. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys. So Eight of Boulders is about growth. It's either about growth in school, growth in your working on your money, working on your materials, just growth in that some situation. Four of Broomsticks though, so let's put it all together. This is for the beginning of the 1st through the 7th for January. So four broomsticks. Four broomsticks. A witch sits crying on a river bank, her broken broom at her feet. A few synchronous, sympathetic mice, sympathetic, sorry, a few sympathetic mice check in, check in on her, and a mushroom patch grows nearby. Solitude, disappointment, defeat, negative outcome, failure of an understanding, ineffective help, nostalgia. The river shows the passage of time. The cute mice are nostalgic memories. Her broken broom indicates a broken agreement. The witch in this card is pining away for what was, what she hoped for, and what might have been. There was a plan, and she was flying high with lots of hopes. But someone didn't hold up their end, and she has landed with a thud. What she thought of this person has changed, and that makes her sad. Not matter not matter how much says that's what it says. Not matter how much she it should be no matter how much she wishes things could be different, they aren't. She is alone with the pitiful results and dreams of how it should have been. And then the six of boulders. It says a witch loses her broom hat as she falls from a stone cliff as stars shine brightly in the night sky. Fall worries, anxiety, uncertainty, jealousy, failed projects, and disappointment. Brown is the color of the earth, solid and firm. The stone cliff is a place on the edge a safety and stability. The surrounding mountains represent the witch's aspirations, her hopeful dreams. It says this witch was focused on making something, and she thought she was in a safe, solid place. Her goals were lofty, and she had high hopes for achieving them. As she became distracted by worries and anxiety, her footing became less sure. The more distracted she became, the less she focused on what she was doing. This led to her downfall, literally and uh, figuratively. Figuratively. Literally and figuratively. Don't let a distraction cause your downfall. So for me, it's saying like things are coming together with school, a relationship. There's something that's being built and something that's good, but something is happening to where someone is thinking back on something they wish that could be better, or they've that has been broken, and it's causing instability, the stability to be unstable, and it's causing things to literally be the downfall of a situation instead of something getting built up and better. So for me, this message for the very beginning would be to focus on yourself and not being worrying about what others are doing and thinking. Um, like if you're going towards your school goals, focus on that. If you're going towards your uh, making sure that your money and your finances are stable, go towards that. You know, um, just be more on solid ground, because if you see in this one, she's very rocky. Here, let me see. There we go. So your footing is very unstable. So it's letting that worry go, letting that anxiety go, and just letting things kind of flow. Like if you're worried about school, you know, just focus more on it. If you're trying to worry about someone else or some other situation or whatever, worry about. Don't worry about it so much. Like let that anxiety kind of just dissipate. Go for a walk, other things like that. Because this is a prediction. You can change it. You have free will to help yourself not be unstable. Because we all get in our head sometimes, and it can cause instability, and worrying about other people so much and things and whatnot can cause that instability. um, and yes, there are certain things that can make us feel very sad. Loss of people, relationships not working out, and whatever. But don't focus so much on that. And if you are in a good relationship, or it's just maybe being a little bit, feeling a little bit unstable, um, work on you, and that in turn will cause a ripple effect of better things to come, because when you're more focused on yourself and more focused on your school, work, career, self, your body, for your health and all that stuff, it makes it a lot better for the person themselves, because you're not focusing on everyone else and what they're doing and what they're saying, and how things are going with them. Just focusing on what and where and how you would like to be instead. Because once that happens, people have a lot more confidence, they have a lot more stability, there's more grounding, you're able to just relax more, less anxiety when you're focusing on working on yourself instead. And I can say that with a lot of understanding, because I get in my head a lot and I don't focus on this as much as I've needed to. But this year it's like school, working on my projects, working on my social media, working on my readings, and my health in general is where I'm at, because too much of the worrying about everything else can cause a lot of headache for a person, and there's no need for it. Okay, so the middle of, and I'll do clarifiers on these. So the middle is the hermit. So again, it's like I keep saying with the hermit crab, is like literally having that time for yourself, stepping back from other things, and allowing, like, say you need to focus on say um, a project or work. There's like something at work that you need to really focus on that, not too long to the point where you get left in the cold, or there's just like um, turmoil, like a tornado effect. But stepping back, working on, projects, working on your stability. Like if you're going to go towards school, and you say you need to read that book, read the book. Allow the other things to kind of unfold like they're going to unfold. Make a plan. Get yourself, okay, like say you need to get up at like, 4 in the morning. Get up at 4 in the morning. Do your workouts, and then get on the school assignments or readings or whatever it is that you need to do. And then you can work on the other social media, or whatever. If you're at work and like your boss says you have to have this specific project done by such and such, make a plan for it and say, okay, I've got to get this done at this time, da 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 da, and work on that instead of just throwing it up in the air. And I can say that because I get lost in my projects instead of like focusing. But this year, oh no 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 no, it's like it's starting as of, well, it's been starting. So I'm gonna read the hermit card for here, and what it says. It's clinically shown to give you smoother, firmer, younger looking skin. And now it works even faster than before. So it says the yew tree is associated with with witches, namely Hecate, and has long been considered a tree of death and rebirth. And that fits for the new year too, because we're coming into the new cycle of the year. It's a brand new start, a refresh, and and a time to not redo, but into a new, move into a better than you were this year. Allowing those things from this year to not transfer over. All the things that you didn't quite get accomplished, or all those things that you didn't quite like, you can refresh, regroup, and improve on them. So these trees grow very slowly and live thousands of years. As they age, they become hollow and send out branches that take root. The lantern indicates a bit of knowledge that helps light the path through the darkness while searching for answers. The staff is the wisdom and understanding that helps the witch make her way up a difficult hill and through the darkness. So, its deeper meaning: death and rebirth are closely linked. As you search for answers, you approach a possible death of something you believe, of ignorance, of a journey. Like I said, like you're changing that. You're letting that part go, and you're renewing into a better situation. Um, it says, with that ending comes a new beginning. When you learn something, discover the truth of something, nothing will ever better, nothing will ever be the same. You and your life as you know it will be changed. As you sense this, fear can set in. You may feel that perhaps you don't really want to know the answer after all. You may slow down your search or feel emotionally exhausted. You may wait until you feel ready. Be patient with yourself and don't rush the journey. There is something magical and romantic about the between not knowing and knowing, between sunset and darkness. Wait if you want and experience the mystery. So yeah, like allowing things is kind of unfold too, allowing them to just kind of
$20 savings, so you pay just $39.95. We'll even include free shipping. Quick Erase Advanced comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee.
Allowing them to just kind of unfold in a natural flow, come out like they're supposed to, and allowing the new things to come together. And it is true, when something ends, better things are to come. So whatever, doesn't work out, don't be upset about it. Just, allow it to flow, because something better is coming. It may seem like it's taking forever, or it's just like, ugh, why is this not coming together like I thought? Why are things falling apart? But there's reasons. There's reasons for everything. There's reasons why those things fall apart, because something better is coming. So the Six of Flames, again, the hermit card is Virgo Earth, so it's like, also needing that grounding. Like, if you need to, like I said, always, like, meditate, go for a walk, enjoy life, allow those things to come together. Flames is also fire, so that's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And 6 is um the number of love. Let's see, what number was the hermit? 9. So that's 15. So, and then 5 plus 1 is 6. So yeah, the ultimate number for this is 6, and it's love, loving yourself, loving your surroundings. It says this witch is, or was, very inexperienced. She believes someone who told her that taking off her clothes and making herself vulnerable was part of some powerful magic. Too late, she realizes the lie. Taking advantage of the situation. This person pretends to help by handing her hat. To take it, though, she must further expose herself. She is not keen to make herself even more vulnerable, and so finds herself in a complicated situation. Don't you love those double-edged favors? So like I said, it's like major change and vulnerability. So maybe there is needed to be some major change, because someone was causing you to be in that vulnerable state, and they were pretending to give you kindness and goodness, but in reality, the truth was they literally were just taking advantage of you. They were giving you that hat. They were giving you that what you thought was comfort, but in reality, they were taking advantage of the whole situation. So Ace of Boulders, Celebration of Boulders, and Justice is the end of the 1st to the 7th of January. So Celebration of Boulders, let's see if I can find the ace first. The Ace of Boulders, it says this witch wanted something. She may have communicated her wish to someone someone, sent out a resume, sent an invitation to meet, or asked a favor. She is so optimistic that she will get a positive response, that she is prepared, ready, and waiting for it.
Maybe you should trust Ruby too. Being a mother is ridiculously hard. I wish you were here.
So the Ace of Boulders is, says this witch wanted something. She may have committed her wish to someone, sent out a resume, sent an invitation to meet, or asked a favor. She is and so optimistic that she will get a positive response, that she is prepared, ready, and waiting for it. She did all that she can to make sure she gets that message. Sin- setting Sitting in a visible place and having seed on hand to attract the owl. An owl is wisdom, by the way. Um, Her efforts have paid off. The message she hoped for has arrived. Want something? Let your credo be ready, willing, and waiting. Oh, something's coming, because there's something's coming that's very good. Woohoo! So you might feel like you have felt like you've been taken advantage of and whatever. In the middle, you might have felt very unstable, like things weren't going to plan at first. Maybe thinking of the past, because you wanted to build something really strong and something really good. Um, and the person or situation that you were in was, you know, taking advantage of you, or you were doing that to someone or something else. I feel like this is for you though. That you were getting taken advantage of by a situation or someone, or it just wasn't working out the way you had planned, and it made you feel vulnerable or naked, or felt um, just very unsure and sad. But you do have the black cat, which black cats, I know people go, oh my god, black cats are, creepy and bad. But no, 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 no. They're actually a really good luck charm. Um, there's a lot of abundance in these cards anyway. She still has a candle, it's still lit, so she has warmth there. Even though it's a little bit of warmth, she still has it there. She still has the ability to move forward, and she has her broom, so she can take off. She has those clothes there. It's like, just put them back on, get back up on your broom, or get back on your horse, and go for it, move, and move on from that negative situation that left you feeling vulnerable. And vulnerability isn't a bad thing. Sometimes we need to be vulnerable in order for a situation to improve, for ourselves to improve, for our mentality, our heart, our strength to improve, for our confidence even. You letting those things out, letting those things come to play, and putting them out there can mean, that it can make you feel very upset and very sad, or just very, like this girl, very naked. But in the end, it can end up being something amazing, because in the Ace of Boulders, she has the owl, so she was wise with her steps. See how at first, okay, if you can see this, see how at first she's on that ledge and she falls because her footing was not stable. She didn't ground herself. It was too quick of a move, and she slipped, instead of being careful. you know sometimes there that like the fool, sometimes you have to take that leap of faith in order to fall. And even if you slip and fall, you can fall on a thing of bushes, even though like the bushes may seem like it's just going to be a hurtful fall. It may hurt when you land, but as long as there's no broken bones, as long as there's mending that can be mending, that fall might need to be done. You might have to be that fool to jump off on that ledge, to be vulnerable, to allow yourself to fall down and fall on something that may hurt a little bit, but not as much as you thought. You may feel like someone or a situation was taking advantage of you, and you had to step back and ground yourself, or step away from a situation for a moment, so that way you could regroup. Because in the end, your ability to um, do those things and come back stronger, in the end of the 1st through the 7th, you're going to be much wiser. You're going to understand the situation a lot more and know that, hey, you know what? I jumped out on that ledge, I slipped, I fell. It hurt a little bit. I was thinking maybe too much of the past, but at least I had my little mice around me, my little friends around me. They helped me pick myself back up. But see, in here, she's by water, which is deep emotional, you know, bonds, and with mice, they have a pact with their family, and they generally don't stray from their pact. They usually keep together. You may see one that goes out, but he goes right back home to his pack, right? So this could be saying, hey, you had that moment where you had to step out, but you came back. You're thinking of the past. Yes, it's hurtful. Yes, it's, maybe some loss of something. But, because see, there's the broken broom. So, maybe something got broken in your life and you're mourning over it. It was very painful. It was very deep. It was very mentally heartbreaking. Um, and it made you feel very unstable in your thinking, but you still had all these packs of mice around you. I know what a way to explain that, though. But you had your family or friends around you to help you become more stable. And see, in the next card, you'll see that this broom, even though she feels like she was very vulnerable and naked at one point, the broom is back together. She still has her cat with her, and the donkey may, she just has to be cautious and careful not to, be charmed by this donkey, because he is trying to expose her even more. So allowing yourself to be vulnerable, but not so vulnerable to where you are completely naked and people can take advantage of that situation. So allowing yourself, that time to mourn or to think of the past, maybe from the hermit card, knowing that you have your pack around you. Yes, you had that brokenness, but it gets back together, and you're able to, move from that and see what has happened is, not your fault. They took advantage of you, or the situation wasn't right for you. This position or this place or whatever, it wasn't right. You may have really hoped for it to be better, but it wasn't. And so job, career, your finances, something didn't may have not worked out in your favor, but you're realizing that it made you vulnerable, it made you upset. But you're gonna pick up your clothes, you put your broom back together, you're putting yourself back together, and you're allowing yourself to move on, because then you become wise to the situation. Whatever, all that struggle, all that emotional turmoil brought you back to this, back to the ability to sit on that rock, know that you are able to be stable. You're looking over your plans, you're looking over your documents, whatever it is that you're putting yourself together, even a planner, you know, and you're going, okay, I've got to do such and such, and da 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 da, and you're being very wise about it, and you're able to sit there with your clothes put back on, your self put back together, and you're able to sit in a stable position on that rock and know that what you just went through was for a reason, because it was pushing you toward your next journey, your next destination, your next goal, um, your next job, career choice. Maybe you're working towards having a better position, and it may have not fell through, but there's another opportunity that was for you, that's making you much more wise and understanding that that was actually the plan for you. Because then you get the celebration of boulders, which boulders again is all about grounding, all about earth, stability, all about your money, material gain, the manifestation of that. So let's go with the celebration of boulders.
And give away more. So you can bring your vision to life and say it in your written line.
No, 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 no. Hey, what the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one is dark-haired young man, need of intellectual effort, uncertain promotion, lightness, costly extravagance, loss at gambling. This says this young man knows that sometimes if you take a very big risk, the payoff can be amazing. He has skills. He has a pile of bounty that he can risk, but can he afford to lose it? The outcome is uncertain, but he is willing to bet it all. Sometimes you just feel lucky. And seeing the celebration of Pentacles is on, I'll read it over here, is about success, is about abundance. So like the pitfall that was is no longer. Um and I think that's it. What is it? The Page of Pentacles? And yeah, see, the Page of Pentacles is the celebration of Pentacles in this deck, and it says opportunity, new job, a good idea that needs development. So literally, it's like a new start to a job, a new start to stability, a new start for your financial gain. Because you have the Ace of Boulders and the celebration of Boulders, which means success, being wise, not just throwing those dice up in the air and letting them fall, and saying, okay, I choose this one. You're throwing those dice up in the air, a few times, and calculating them and making sure that you make the right move. So those pentacles don't get lost. Because then there's justice as well, which is a good sign too. All three of those together, the Ace of Boulders, the celebration of Boulders, and then the justice together. That's a good sign, not a bad sign. If you had another one that was the end. That wasn't a justice. That was a, okay. So the justice says justice, law, rule, wisdom, right, contract, useful reflection, fear of making mistakes, criticism, judgment, and deserved punishment. It says, while this card does represent all kinds of justice, laws, rules, parental control, consequences, it also is about something a little bit bigger, karma, or universal justice. That means whatever you are experiencing now, you created with your past actions. And what you are doing right now, those actions are creating your future. Everything has consequences. Some happen right away, and some come knocking on your door a little later. And another really important thing about karma can take care of itself. It doesn't need you to help it along. So if someone does you wrong, don't pretend you're helping karma out by paying that person back. Nah, you're just fluffing the pillows on your own bed. Make sure it's one you'll want to crawl into. So it's literally like this part of the reading is literally saying that, again, you went through some turmoil. It was heartbreaking. You were thinking of the past a little bit. It made you feel vulnerable and naked. Someone or a situation was taking advantage of you, or it was just very hurtful, and it made you feel very naked and exposed. But in the long run, you get up, you get yourself together, you become more wise, you look at your plan of action, and you put yourself together, and you're gambling on something that is going to make your karma possibly much more positive. But we all have free will. So, whatever you choose to do, whichever path you choose, make sure that it makes your karma um, positive. Because either way, you're going to get bit by karma no matter what. And we all want karma to be in a more positive direction, not in the negative. So, whatever you say, whatever you do, make sure it's in a more positive direction. Because we all can get into that negativity and cause our own karma to bite us in our butt. So, I'll get one for the Justice card. One for the Justice card for the 1st to the 7th, please. Queen of Wands. Okay, one more. King of Wands. So, very fiery. So the Queen of Wands. Now remember, look at your ascendant, not your sun, because that's the now. So when you're looking at this reading for the 1st through the 7th for January, look at your ascendant, because that's going to tell you where you're at in this journey. So the Queen of Wands, a passionate, single-minded pursuit of what you want ambition, career-oriented person. And then the King of Wands is considering a plan of action, being in a position of strength, great potential, poised to manifest itself. So, like I said, there's something that has been a struggle, but you've had it to where it made you vulnerable. But you pushed yourself back together. You put that fire in your behind, and you got yourself much more stable on that rock, getting your plan of action together much better. Not just throwing those dice in the air and saying, okay, I'm just going to go foolishly, gamble my money away. Hopefully, could be some. But remember, justice is always around the corner. There's always that karma that can bite you in your butt. But look, if you see, you have two owls here. There's two owls and a lot of boulders here. So it's something very passionate that you're embarking on, something that is making you very courageous. There's a lot of cats here as well. Cats are a very big symbolism also. I'll write that down to look up the meanings of the animals as well. Um, there's a lot of strength, a lot of agility, and if notice, cats are always big or small. They are very stealthy, and they're self-reliant a lot. They want that comfort, they want that cuddle time, but they're very, very self-reliant. They don't really have to have another person or another cat around them in order for them to be happy. They can just kind of chill, and be okay with either or. So, although we all, want a person or a situation to work, sometimes it's allowing yourself to step back a little bit, be a little bit more vulnerable, so you can get your ducks in order and able to be stable in order to have your plan of action, and allowing yourself to celebrate your ideas, your plan, celebrate the accomplishments that you made, so that way your karma can be a wise one. Your karma can be the wise decision, instead of being something that was just fast, just throwing it up in the air and hoping for good luck instead. um, because it's a very passionate one, and it's a very fast moving one. um, so let me get a crystal grid card, and then I'll leave it at that, and then I'll do the extendance over on video. So I'm just going to get one of these, and I'll get it for the justice. What word? Oh, well, that was almost going to go. Confidence. So what word needs to go with the justice, Queen of Wands, and King of Wands? The outcome. To help my viewers. Sometimes these ones take just a minute, so okay. So you got two. See, again, I said about strength. Strength and forever. So I feel like there's just some type of a destined path here. Let me get one on the forever. One in the forever, please, to help my viewers. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take them. So For the forever, we have grace, we have blessing, we have give, enjoy, and awareness. So I feel like it is a destined path because we all have one. We do have a twin flame. We have our own igniting self, our own divine soul. Knowing that you have the blessings, maybe being giving or allowing someone to give to you if you haven't had that, come to you. Enjoying your time here, and then being graceful. So that's it for this, and I will do the extended over on Vimeo, guys. Have a blessed evening. Sorry, guys.